It's Friday, August 9th. I'm Paul Huckalak.
And I'm Lisa Rufianch, and this is TV7.ca News. Thanks to Coral Collective for our wonderful decor items behind us.
Today, Sharon Gregresh heads down once again to the farmers market. Thanks to the Musée Héritage Museum, we take a trip down memory lane. And we talk about the air show coming to the Villeneuve Airport. But first...
And this Saturday, St. Albert's River Valley is going to get even more beautiful. The Rockin' August Show and Shine will be taking over Lions Park, working its way across both sides of the river to the Perrin Street Bridge. This annual event is one of Western Canada's largest show and shines and features the cars, trucks, and bikes from your past.
Yeah, you can expect to see over 800 cars adorning the Sturgeon River Valley, as well as enjoying music from the 50s and 60s. The event is scheduled to run from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and although the event is free, they'll be selling buttons for $5, with 100% of the proceeds of the button sales going to the Alberta Diabetes Foundation. St. Albert Transit will be providing a park and ride service for this event. Go to www.rockinaugust.com for more details.
As those of us that live here know, St. Albert is a great community, and according to Maclean's annual survey, our city ranks the 23rd in Canada and took the top spot in Alberta. That's right, St. Albert is the best community in Alberta in which to live, only Canmore and Calgary ranking in the top 50 with us. Wealth and economy, affordability, population growth, taxes, commute, crime, weather, access to healthcare, amenities, and culture are all factored into the ranking. As we all know, St. Albert has had these things going for it, and of course, we also now have our very own IPTV station.
Let us know what you think makes this city so great. Leave your comments below, and check out the article on the Maclean's website for more information. The Art Gallery of St. Albert will be featuring the work of Canadian film artist Lindsay McIntyre. The exhibit, titled Ada, is a visual portrait of McIntyre's great-grandmother, and part of a larger series of works that contemplate and survey McIntyre's maternal heritage. McIntyre's process-based works, mainly in analog film, explore themes of portraiture, place, and personal histories. This award-winning artist maintains strong links to Canada's north and her Indigenous roots.
Her works will be on display from August 10th until October 12th, with an opening reception and art walk on September 5th from 6 to 8:30. And here's Krista Lucier once again with Financial Focus.
I want money.
There are many important dates in the tax world, many dates that you need to keep in mind. A lot of people ask me, what are my filing dates? I've heard April 30th, I've heard June 15th. Your personal tax filing date is April 30th. That's the date that your taxes have to be filed and that any balances due have to be paid. If you own a proprietorship, your year automatically falls calendar year, January to December. You have to file during tax season on your personal taxes, but your filing date is June 15th. The problem is that if you owe any funds, you still have to make sure that those are paid by April 30th. So I usually encourage my proprietorship clients to file by April 30th anyway, but you do have until the 15th. If you've made installment payments, then you have that extra wiggle room. T4s come out to everybody. February 28th is the filing deadline for employers. They have to be filed and registered with CRA by that date, which means that by the time they come to you in Canada Post, I don't recommend that people start filing until March 15th because you wouldn't have received your T4s by then. T5s, which are dividends, have the same filing date. They have to go out by February 28th and also have to be included on your personal taxes. There are a number of other filing dates that are important. Child tax benefit comes out on the 20th of every month. GST benefits get paid to you quarterly. And if you're a corporate business owner, your year-end date is not necessarily, and I don't recommend it to be, January to December. You can pick any month within the first 53 weeks of owning and registering your corporation. This is Krista Lucier with TV7.ca.
I want money.
The St. Albert Food Bank does a great job of providing temporary assistance to St. Albertans. And for most families, the food bank is just that, a temporary solution. The executive director, Susan Creasy, realized that for some in our community, the program wasn't addressing the root cause. She started the St. Albert Community Village to provide assistance to those in need, to help them return to a state of independence.
This was a concept that we came up with, and we opened in 2010, and we opened it to look at the underlying root cause of what's bringing our folks in to see us at the food bank. We just realized that giving food out once a month wasn't the answer, so we had to be looking at something different, something innovative to be able to help our families. Well, people come in and they say, gee, I can't afford groceries this month. And so we'll sit down and find out, so what's happening in your life? And sometimes it's just something simple like my car broke down and they're working within a really tight budget. Other times they'll come in and they'll say, I've just left a domestic violence situation, or my spouse has died, or something else. And so then we're able to sit them down with our social worker and be able to get them referred to our partner agencies within the city.
Creasy told us at TV7.ca that the food bank in the community village supports residents from every neighbourhood in St. Albert, and there are as many reasons as there are people for the need. The programs offered through the community village are determined by the users.
We have many, many different programs, and the one thing that we do here is they're fluid. So they're client-based and client-centered. So we'll ask our folks, what is it that we can help you with? And so when we first started, they wanted wellness programs. And then the attendance started to decrease, and we started asking people, well, what is it that you want now? And they're saying, we need something more concrete like family law. And so we developed a partnership with a group from Edmonton, the Community Legal Foundation, and we have volunteers from Good Law who come in here and they volunteer their time to do a family law series for our folks. We also have an infant formula program, and we offer a baby layette, and it gives mom new clothes from 0 to 24 months. And plus mom can come in once a week for up to a year for formula and diapers. We have tools for school, so the kids go back to school with new backpacks filled with new school supplies. Plus we have a high-end hair salon that comes in and gives the kids free haircuts. And we also have gently used clothes, and we have gift certificates for shoes. So the kids go back looking like $1 million. And then we have our partners that join us that day, so our families can meet our other partners within the city. And we have a rental assistance program where folks come in and they can stay on a rental assistance for up to 1 year, and they meet with the coordinator and they do a collaborative exit strategy. And so one of those exit strategies is financial literacy. So we attach that to it, and then attached to the financial literacy we have something called Rent Smart, and now we have something along the lines of a collective kitchen. So we're kind of expanding things as folks need it, and they'll let us know. And so we never presume that we know what our folks need. We always ask them, and we're having a new program start today. It's called Stone Soup. And it's a support group for moms who have children diagnosed with significant issues, and they're trying to feed them, and it's nutritionally based, and they're trying to feed their kids what they need to feed them while living in poverty. So we have some outstanding 2 leaders who are just outstanding in their ability to make soup from a stone.
The idea of addressing the root cause for the need of a food bank and providing resources to address those issues is something we think everyone can get behind. It's great to see this local initiative is now starting to get adopted by other food banks across the country. Luckily for us, St. Albert is home to lots of small mom and pop stores. It's these eclectic shops that make our community unique. And if unique and eclectic is your thing, then maybe anything and everything is a store you should check out. And they are this week's Business Spotlight.
Hi there, my name is Marta. I'm the owner of Anything and Everything Vintage Boutique, located in the Grandin neighborhood of St. Albert. Please come and check us out. We've created a wonderful environment, very relaxing, full of antiques and collectibles, and surrounded all of that with anything metaphysical. So I love the older furniture. In order to be called an antique, you must be 100 years or older. Absolutely adore the furniture. It comes in with character, it comes in with a life, with age, and we clean them, we polish them, we take care of them, and of course allow people to see things that have been around for a very long time in its best light. I also love red rose tea. Wade's my very first collection. I've been collecting for a very long time. I love the Depression glass. Anything that is extremely old, I absolutely love. Our store is a family-owned business. It's a little shop. We specialize in antiques, collectibles, anything vintage, and we surrounded that with anything metaphysical like incense burners, rocks and crystals, and I'm also a huge local supporter, so all of my soaps, my candles, my bath salts are all locally made, including the jewelry boxes. One of the coolest things that I have right now is something that appeared on Antique Roadshow. It's an articulated copper and silver fish from a very famous Peruvian artist called Graciela Laffy. Well, I think we are special. I think we've created a little bit of a paradise here. It's a very relaxing, laid back little shop. We love talking to people. We love watching people browse through the store and see the smiles on their faces. And my son and I, of course, being a family-owned business, search high and low for those unique special items so that we can provide customers with pretty much anything they need in the St. Albert community. So we are open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 11 to 7, Saturday 11 to 6, and Sundays as well from 12 to 5. We are again located in the Grandin neighborhood, very close to the Ray Gibbons Drive and the Enjoy Center, and in a very wonderful local community.
Well, do you need a trip down memory lane? Head down to the Musée Héritage Museum down in St. Albert Place. They're currently displaying their photo roundup exhibition.
Comprised of archival donations from the community, this exhibition is a walk down St. Albert's memory lane. The enlarged photographs of people, landscapes, events, and activities will certainly spark nostalgia, laughter, and curiosity, and is definitely worth a trip to check it out.
And for the kids, their fun little scavenger hunt set up that is a great way to keep kids entertained and engaged with the exhibit. The museum is open Tuesdays through Saturday from 10 until 5 and is open Thursdays from 10 until 8.
And the always impressive Michelle Parker is here with Let's Get Fit.
Today we're going to focus in on strength training. The Canadian Physical Activity Guidelines recommends adding muscle and bone strengthening activities using major muscle groups at least 2 days per week. Now, while lifting weights is certainly a muscle and bone strengthening activity, there are so many more possibilities. Find one that you most enjoy, for if you enjoy it, you're more likely to repeat it and ultimately incorporate it into your lifestyle. Today I've laid out a few tools that I like to use for our own body weight as our weight. Now, suspension training with our TRX. We've got all core all the time as its model. It works your biceps, tricep, legs, core, and so much more. The Libert equalizers, which we have over here in our yellow and green, they're originally built to help a client learn how to be able to do a chin-up and now used for such a big variety of activities, both for cardio and for strength. Then there's the Bosu, that blue half ball that's over there, a great tool for adding balance, stability into your training. And then a bench or simply your kitchen chair, of course, is a great tool as well too. And as always, there's also you. Think about squats, push-ups, burpees, not to mention running or going out and jumping rope. All right, going into today's move of the week, we're gonna be building muscle endurance with our burpee. Now the burpee works that upper body, arms, chest, as well as lower body, quads, hamstrings, and there's many different options with it. There's the dead man burpee, there's the jump lunge burpee, there's the double burpee, lots of variations once you get in there. Today I'm going to be showing you that basic burpee and we'll get into that here first. So again, remember this is a cardio move as well as a strength building move. So with our burpee, our hands are coming down into that plank position, adding into that push-up, jumping those feet forward and jumping back up to the sky. So let me slow that down for you. We're going to put our hands down the floor, we're going to jump our feet back, go into our push-up, press back up, keeping that core engaged. Feet come back towards the hands, pressing through those feet as we stand back up and jump into the air. Now, if you're looking for some variations, we're going to take this down and we're going to actually walk our feet back, Potentially come down to your knees if that's what's right for you, and then lower that chest towards the floor, pressing back up, walking those hands back to your feet, and finishing by raising those hands up. Now for anybody out there who wants a challenge, here we go. Hands down, jump back, push up, bring it in, jump it up, and then you can add in things like your reverse lunge before you go back in, and do it all over again. For TV7.ca News, I'm Michelle Parker.
Sharon Gregresh was down at the St. Albert Farmers Market, where she checked out and sampled the Fort Distillery.
Nathan, show me what you have here out at the St. Albert Farmers Market from Fort Distilleries.
Yeah, so we're a craft distillery in Fort
Okay.
Saskatchewan, and we make vodka, gin, and an espresso vodka. So we use 100% Alberta-grown grains for
Okay.
our products. We use wheat and malt barley. So our gin is a citrus gin. I use fresh grapefruits and lemon peels in the
Okay.
recipe for the gin, so it's quite different than your typical gin. And then our espresso vodka, we use locally roasted Brazilian coffee beans, and they soak in our vodka for 2 weeks, so it gives it a really nice, rich coffee flavor. You can see the bottles are
Wow.
black, like it's
Okay.
a really strong coffee espresso
It
vodka.
is. It's very dark.
Yeah.
Like, that is awesome. Okay, this is TV, but I'm going to do it. I need to try the gin.
Try the gin.
We are at Farmers Market, guys. So this is a sampling process.
Yes.
And, okay.
So you can smell that really nice grapefruit and lemon, right? Very fruity, kind of a soft juniper, and then a peppery finish to the gin.
That is awesome.
The gin, we sell a lot of the gin because it's so different, right?
Right.
Most gins focus on the juniper, whereas we focus on the citrus with just a bit of that juniper in there.
So people can find you every Saturday down here at St. Albert
Every
Farmers
Saturday,
Market?
except there's one or two I had to cancel because of staffing issues, but pretty much
Okay.
every Saturday. Yeah.
Well, geez, maybe I'll come staff for you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Then I'd have no product left.
Yeah, there you go. Well, maybe just
Yeah.
protect the gin,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So how long have you guys been distilling?
We've been open since September of last year, so we're still quite new.
Okay.
So about 9 or 10 months old.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Thank you very
welcome.
much. That's awesome.
Oh my. Be sure to check out the Fort Distillery at the largest outdoor market in Western Canada. The St. Albert Farmers Market is open every Saturday from 10 till 3, all the way up until the weekend before Thanksgiving.
The St. Albert Public Library has a book club that's just right for you, and all you need is your free library membership to join. A book club is a great way to meet new people and introduce you to books you wouldn't normally read.
We caught up with the Ainsdale Book Club at their monthly get-together where they discussed the previously selected book.
Questions to get conversation going, and then it just kind of goes from there. Everybody, you share a thought, and that gets somebody else talking, and it just goes from there. And next thing you know, 2 hours have passed. You want everybody to have time to share their thoughts and their opinions, and if you start getting too big, then there's not going to be that. And you also need a certain amount of trust. There's some of these books. Hopefully, you have thought-provoking books and books that cause you to really challenge your assumptions and beliefs. And if people aren't safe sharing how they feel about it, it's not really the point. That's the point. You want to be able to share how you feel about the book. I mean, you can never go wrong choosing a book. I don't think there's going to be the right book, but everybody's going to have a different take on the book. So that's you gotta go roll with the punches and see. That's what makes the conversation interesting. People react very differently to the same story.
A group, like the Ainsdale Book Club, is a great way to meet your neighbors and build a real sense of community.
We were a group of strangers that didn't know each other last October, and so we needed something that brought us together, and that was the common thing is where we live, and from there we've grown to know each other in an interesting way. Yeah. We don't even know where to start. The St. Albert Public Library has book club kits. It'd be a great place to start, and if you just do it. It's a great way to meet some new people, and if you do it in your community, it's a great way to meet some neighbors that you might not otherwise know.
The kits available at the library include 8 copies of the book, discussion topics, and questions. And that will do it for another week. If you have any community events or news you'd like to share with our viewers, please send us an email at news@tv7.ca. From all of us here at TV7.ca, I'm Lisa Ruffianch.
And I'm Paul Huckalak. Have a great week. Hey everyone, I'm Paul Huckelak. Thanks for checking out this video. If you want to stay up to date on everything going on in St. Albert, please don't forget to like us on Facebook or click the notification icon on YouTube. And of course, you can always check us out on our website, www.tv7.ca, or our Roku channel. Cheers!